This program is sponsored in part by the National Catholic Society of Foresters. Hello and welcome to Looking at Social Justice. I'm Jim Grant, and it's my pleasure today to be introducing you to an agency that the Diocese of Fresno has chosen, one of the 7 that we have confidence in for helping our parishioners across the valley to receive good, just, fair legal aid, sometimes gratuitous. We're so grateful to Central California Legal Services. They serve us in 5 of our counties: Fresno, Mariposa, Tulare, Kings, and Merced. We are so grateful to have a guest today, Nora Salazar-Hernandez, who is a paralegal working with this wonderful agency in town, but across the valley, serving us in a capacity that she'll talk about, information that are about services that help people get help that they may not even know they are deserving and able to receive gratuitous from CCLS. Nora, thank you for being here today. So glad that you'll be our first CCLS guest. We have a few others lined up. Do you want to tell us a little bit about CCLS that you think is necessary and about the programs that you wanted to feature today?
Sure.
We're going to talk in English for about 15 minutes, but the other half of the show, we'll be switching over to God's language, Espanol.
Well, first of all, Jim, thank you for having me, and it's been my pleasure to be here and share the news and the services that we offer to the community here in the Central Valley. A little bit about CCLS, of course. We're a nonprofit law office made up of attorneys, paralegals, and legal secretaries. Been around for over 55 years, so it's quite a long time.
Yeah.
And our services are free, absolutely free. We do not charge 1 cent.
How do you, this is the mind boggler, how does CCLS get funded that they're able to offer all these services gratis?
Well, our funding comes from different sources. We have funding that comes from the Legal Service Corporation, the IOLTA. We have funding that comes from self-help for the elderly, various types of
Wow.
funding sources that we have, and we're fortunate that we're able to service a great amount of our community.
So many people do take advantage of people that need help, but to think that everything at CCLS is given generously and freely. Thank you.
Freely. Thank you.
What are some of these services that you did want to introduce us to right off the top?
Well, off the top, I wanted to talk a little bit about the California Lifeline, talk a little bit about what that is and the benefits to having the California Lifeline. A little bit about the other programs, like the services that PG&E offers to the consumers, not just PG&E, but the other utility companies throughout the Central Valley. As far as low energy cost, how to save energy, how to save money, basically, and the agencies that are here to help the community as far as, say, for example, making a one-time payment once a year for somebody that has a bill that they cannot afford to PG&E.
About the California Lifeline, what is it? How do you help people get it? How easily is it procured? Help us out, because I really don't even know about the California Lifeline.
Well, the California Lifeline is a program that's funded through the CPUC, the Public Utilities Commission. And what the Lifeline is supposed to do, it's supposed to be there for people that are not able to afford a telecommunication service like a landline or maybe a cell phone. So basically you can get a free cell phone or get a reduction in your landline so that you'll be able to at least have local services.
And how do people qualify for it?
The qualifications basically are, for example, if you receive some sort of public assistance, Medi-Cal, food stamps, CalWorks, you're eligible to receive the California Lifeline because it is basically for low-income communities. But then also there's those that are low income that don't receive those services, but they're still low income. So then they can qualify through income base. So depending how much income you earn, for example, a person that there's maybe 1 to 2 household family members, they need to be making less than $27,000 to qualify for the California Lifeline. So that it goes up as the family members increase.
Are you thinking that all those that are deserving or, let's say, qualifying for this wonderful benefit are aware of it and are receiving this California Lifeline, or are there many people that really just don't know about it?
There probably still are a few folks out there that don't know about it. I don't know if you've seen those little, canopy stands popping up all over Fresno and some of the rural towns where it says free cell phone, free iPhone. That is part of the California Lifeline. Those are contractors that are out there giving these cell phones away to consumers that are qualified. So that's one way that you know that they're out there. Yeah. You know, the other way, you may see an advertisement on the television or hear something on the radio that talks about the California Lifeline. It's a free program. So they're basically talking about the program. And some of the companies, like, you know, you have your big corporate companies that sell cell phones, they're part of the California Lifeline. You know, they may have other side DBA companies that are part of the California Lifeline.
Are there many people that actually personally arrive at CCLS to receive their California Lifeline?
No, fortunately we do not do the process of the enrollment or giving them the cell phone. What I do is I become involved. Say, for example, there's a customer that received one of those free California Lifelines, but the area code that he has on his cell phone is not a local area code. So every time he calls out, he's got to use the full area code. So those are the errors that sometimes are, you know, inadvertently made when a customer gets the free cell phone. So, you know, we're making sure that they get a cell phone within their area code where they live, because it makes it a lot easier for them to be able to dial out. And then making sure that whatever it is that they're getting free is really free, because, you know, you're always going to have some of those bad characters out there, those bad players that are going to take advantage of, you know, everybody. And they may say, yeah, this is a free phone, but if you want to upgrade, you know, you'll get this additional thing. But sometimes they fail to tell them there's an extra cost.
Oh, for sure.
Right. So, you know, I just basically educate the consumer on the program, kind of just do a general, you know, if they qualify through income or program based, and then making sure they know what kind of cell phone they're going to get, ask questions. So I kind of give them that education part of it, kind of like purchasing a cell phone, the what to do's, and then also making sure that all the information that they've been provided by that company, and, you know, as far as how the cell phone works, if they want to return it, you know, what is the criteria for that, explain all that to them. And then if they end up having problems with that, then they know that we can help them if they're not able to resolve the issue themselves.
After the California Lifeline, what would be your second topic that you wanted to share with us about your own work at CCLS?
My own work, well, it has to do with public utilities. You know, the CARE program, which is another CPUC funded program to low-income communities across California. You know, but also in conjunction how that getting solar panels can affect your utility bill, you know, in a positive way, but then also there's always a negative. And just making the community aware of, you know, what to look for, you know, when they're thinking about buying a solar panel, or the stories that are out there being told to the consumers, you know, fraudulently committing fraud to these consumers because these bad Apple sellers are selling them a plan that they really don't need, or they don't explain them the whole process of what a solar panel system is.
So you might hear of the problem after it's happened.
Yes.
People come in with the case.
Right.
Oh, I found out this is awful. what then are you able to do?
Okay. First of all, for those consumers, I usually, the first thing I ask is, okay, has your utility bill been negatively impacted? For example, instead of getting a bill like you used to do, like maybe $50 a month, all of a sudden your bill has gone up to 90, and you're thinking, hey, what happened? I'm supposed to be conserving energy, but I'm not conserving. That actually increased. Or finding out that their system was never connected. Gives them the impression that they have solar. They find out when they get their bill that there's a thing called it's net energy metering, where it meters your energy differently when you have solar panels. So what ends up happening at the end of the year, the customer will get a true-up bill that it'll be like, I've seen bills up to $3,500. So of course the customer will say, I know I didn't use $3,500 of electricity this past 12 months. So they're stuck having to pay that. And so I step in and try to set up payment arrangements, and then I'll look at the issue with the solar panels to find out if everything was done properly. For example, I've had clients where Spanish speaking, senior citizens, on the program CARE, where they're already getting a reduced amount of billed on their utility bill with the CARE program. They're already getting a discount. So there's really no need for them to have a solar panel if there's only 2 elderly in the home in a small house. I mean, yet they're being told you have to do this because it is the law. Or, it is a free service, you pay nothing, it's free. Come to find out a year later that it really wasn't that free. Some of them will have to pay that high bill, others will get an increase in their property taxes, and others just get a bill every month. So it can get really, really messy. There are panels out there that, I'm not against the solar panel industry. All I'm saying is that, solar is good. It is good. But there's people out there, consumers, that really don't need to have solar because they're not wasting enough energy to even have solar.
How many people do you think, or have been adversely affected do you have a lot of traffic over solar panels?
It fluctuates. It goes up and down, but it's not buyers that are buying recent. I haven't had any recent 2019 complaints. I received plenty for when customers were purchasing solar panels from 2015 all the way up to maybe mid-year of 2018. Those are the years that I have clients that are not happy. They're not happy campers because of the way these services were sold to them. I do my best and try to come up with a solution. Negotiate with the company, file complaints with the contractor state license board, try to get them whole again, because it's unfortunate. You don't really need to have a 65, 75-year-old senior on a fixed income having to pay for solar panels for the next 20 years on top of possibly getting a high bill, all because they did not understand or they weren't properly informed on what they were actually buying, renting, because you can lease them. There are programs out there where you can have the panels on your roof, you don't pay anything, you don't get the benefits, you just get a reduced bill every month, which works for some people. But there's just many out there that have been defrauded, and most of them are seniors, limited English speakers. So this is of the groups that are being, taken advantage of, which is very unfortunate for them. With those, where some of them were able to assist, of course, because we do have an income guideline. But I know there's plenty out there that are probably don't know where to go or what to do.
CCLS, it seems, does so many different things in the 6 counties that you function. How is it that people become aware of the services of CCLS?
Well,
What is your like promotion?
a lot of it is we do a lot of outreach in the different counties. Whenever there's such an event, a community event that we know about, we'll try to show our presence there. Of course, we go to the media, and a lot of it is word of mouth. I mean, we've been around for so long that, the community, it knows us. And we make sure that we're out there so that those that are fairly new to this area begin to know who we are. So we've got quite a wide range of as far as putting the word out there, and being here, of course, helps a great deal.
And Joe Chavez has been sending me for the past year flyers about these events that are. It seems like they're all over the counties, and they're also just seeming to be addressing people who really need help.
Yes.
Because since it is free, you're looking at helping people that don't have money.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes us awesome, even though, I do work there. So, I mean, helping people from housing to healthcare to citizenship, and of course to making sure their public benefits are given to them if they're entitled to. I mean, and of course what I do is working with utilities and telecommunications through the Team and Changes program. I mean, it just gives us that opportunity to be able to contribute to the community and what we know how to do, and of course we enjoy doing what we do.
You can see that in your presentation. Is there one other program, issue, or matter that you'd like to share in English before we switch over to do something to our Spanish speakers?
Yes, I just thought of this. There is a thing called the third-party gas aggregation. These are gas companies, and now from what I understand, utility companies that are going to be coming into our community or have been in our community selling third-party gas or electricity. We all have that ability, we all have that right to switch services, but I just want to make sure that before people do that, that they are aware that, if somebody comes knocking on your door saying they're with PG&E, selling you energy, PG&E does not do that. From what I last understood, they don't send salesmen out there to sell you energy, but there are other companies out there that do. So I always inform people, make sure, when they come, make sure you understand they are not with PG&E, and ask if you're going to be entering into a contract, if there's a penalty, and if there's going to be extra charges aside from the purchase of the gas or electricity. Because those are the things that sometimes people don't ask, and those are the things that end up costing the consumer because the questions weren't asked.
Thank you for that first half of the show in English. So we've got about 10 minutes. So let's switch.
Okay.
En español, ¿quiere explicar algo de los servicios de CCLS? Lo que están haciendo ustedes y sobre todo su trabajo, Nora, con esta agencia legal tan buena que es.
Muchas gracias. Sí, los servicios que ofrecemos en la Oficina de Servicios Legales brevemente es cuando tienen problemas con los propietarios, tienen problemas con su aseguranza de salud, si se quieren ser ciudadanos, nosotros les ayudamos con las aplicaciones. También, por ejemplo, si tienen problemas con sus servicios públicos, las estampillas, el Medicare, lo que sea de eso del servicio público, les ayudamos. Lo que hago yo también claramente les ayudo cuando tienen problemas con su servicio telefónico. Por ejemplo, les salen los cobros muy altos en la factura o quieren saber del California Lifeline, lo que es. Entonces puedo dar información y asegurar de que cuando vayan a inscribirse del programa ese, las preguntas que deben de preguntar bajo el servicio del celular. Especialmente les ayudo cuando tienen problemas con su luz y el gas, no pueden pagar la factura, les ayudo a negociar pagos, pero también darles la información si tienen problemas con su servicio de los paneles solares, si les está afectando negativamente en sus facturas. Les ayudo con esos asuntos, si quieren hacer una queja, aquí les puedo ayudar con eso. brevemente lo que hicimos y es lo que hago yo.
Hablando de este California Lifeline, ¿quiere añadir algo más? Porque en inglés hablábamos
Sí.
bastante. ¿Qué es este programa y por qué es tan importante? Y sobre todo para los hispanos que quizás alguien le va a engañar.
Claro que sí. El California Lifeline es un programa que es por la Comisión de Servicios Públicos. Son fondos que vienen específicamente para el California Lifeline. El programa es para las personas de bajos ingresos que no pueden, no tienen el acceso de comprar un teléfono de línea de teléfono de la casa, o si no pueden comprar un celular. El programa les da la oportunidad de ganar un celular gratis o ganar un descuento de su servicio local cuando tienen un servicio local en su hogar. Es para las personas de bajos ingresos y básicamente, por ejemplo, si uno trabaja puede cualificar. Por ejemplo, si hay una familia de uno a dos en la familia, nomás con que ganen 27,500 menos, cualifican para el programa. Ese programa es bueno para las personas, como digo, que no tienen con qué pagar. Es gratis y nosotros les ayudamos para que sepan lo que están escribiendo, las preguntas que deben de hacer.
¿Qué más quiere compartir acerca de este programa de utilidades públicas? Que es otra cosa que hablábamos en inglés.
Sí.
¿En español qué hay?
Sí, el servicio, por ejemplo, lo que hacemos nosotros, aseguramos que los consumidores se inscriben en todos los programas que ofrece la compañía de servicios PG&E o Southern Cal Edison o Southern Cal Gas. El programa del CARE, que es el descuento. También aseguramos que estén problemas, como dije, de los panales, que donde les cometen un tipo de fraude cuando se inscriben, porque a veces dicen que la ley dice que tienen que tener panales o que los panales van a ser gratis. Créeme, ahorita la ley no impide de que tenga uno que tener panales. Y si son gratis, tiene que estar seguro de que sean absolutamente gratis, porque si no se compran, se rentan, como le dicen lease, o si hay un programa donde puede tener los panales gratis, pero uno nomás no va a recibir los créditos del descuento de los panales, solamente está usando la luz y está pagando por la luz. Ese es el programa donde no los tienen que comprar, pero tiene uno que fijarse lo que va a escribirse, porque pues si no sabe lo que está escribiendo, se va a entrar un contrato de 30 años y una persona que tiene 60 va a tener un plan de 30 años, va a tener que vivir los 100 años para pagar ese bill. Yeah.
La Diócesis de Fresno solo apremia a 7 agencias como con su aprobación. Y ustedes, los de CCLS, han ganado esto porque tenemos una idea de que ustedes son bien honestos, honrados y sirviendo la pública más necesitada. Ahora, están ustedes en los condados de Fresno, de Mariposa, Tulare, Kings y Merced, haciendo tantas labores fantásticas que están haciendo. Una idea al final de la parte en inglés era de esta tercera parte, que hay gente que quizás están engañando a gente proponiendo que son de otra agencia. Habla de los engaños que ustedes están tratando de ayudar.
Lo que le estaba comentando es de las compañías de tercer parte tocante servicios de la luz y el gas. Por ejemplo, vamos a decir que la compañía que tenemos nosotros aquí de electricidad, ellos no acostumbran a ir a mandar personas, trabajadores, a venderle luz o gas. Pero hay compañías que les dicen tercer partes que van en casa y les dicen, nosotros estamos con PG&E o Southern Cal Edison, estamos ofreciendo un programa de bajos ingresos, quieren inscribirse. La persona nomás mira cuando oye que dicen eso y pues tienen confianza y dicen, oh, ok, estas compañías andan vendiendo luz o gas. Todos nosotros en California tenemos el derecho de comprarlos, no necesariamente tenemos que estar con nuestra compañía. La cosa es que yo les doy la información y les ayudo después de si acaso hay problemas. Les digo, antes de que se inscriban a una compañía de tercera parte, fíjense primero los cobros que van a cobrar, aparte del uso del gas o electricidad, que le dicen el service fee. Fíjense también si se inscriben, si van a entrar a un contrato, porque si es de contrato, seguramente va a haber multa después de que si quieren terminar ese contrato. Les digo, tengan cuidado porque si se inscriben en un programa y luego no los dejan que se salgan, les van a tratar de multar. Para eso estamos nosotros ahí en la oficina, para ayudarles a tratar de salirse de ese contrato de tercer parte del uso de gas y también para verificar que los van a inscribir para atrás en la compañía que tenían antes de servicios públicos. Es bien fácil de creerle a alguien que dice nuestros servicios son más baratos o son gratis. Ya ve que siempre cuando dicen gratis todos dicen,
sí.
oh, wow, qué bueno.
Nos queda como un minuto. ¿Hay algo para terminar, Nora, que quiere avisar al público para que tengan chance, quizás dándole el número que llamar a donde la oficina de CCLS?
Claramente, el número pueden llamar al 570-2000. Creo que ese es el que está en el folleto. Pueden llamar a nuestro número de 1-800. Se me hace que lo tenemos aquí en el folleto.
Sí, está allá. 800-675-8001 y así se puede presentar un caso para averiguar si hay algo de ayuda, ¿no? Porque ustedes hacen de todo.
Bueno, tenemos
de
nuestros límites, pero lo que pueden hacer es llamar al número 800 a explicar su problema y entonces las personas que contestan esas llamadas agarran información y luego abren el caso y se lo mandan a los abogados para que revisen a ver si es algo que podemos hacer. Entonces se lo dan a la persona la que va a trabajar en el caso para que les llame y se comuniquen con el consumidor. So, yeah.
Bueno, gracias Nora por haber estado aquí esta mañana hablando de Central California Legal Services, que es una agencia tan buena. Ojalá que ustedes que han oído aprueben y también se aprovechen de esta agencia tan buena. Hasta la próxima. Que Dios les bendiga. Adiós.
Gracias.